Jerry Jones and Trish Suhr want Roger Goodell out. New York Giants coach Ben McAdoo says, quote, "We have a run in us." And WNBA superstar Deladon ties the knot in heels. This is Sports Without Balls. Oh my God. We are live in the ATC podcast studio in an undisclosed location in Burbank, California. However, Trish Suhr just sprayed our microphones with some sort of floral tropical thunder, so we might be also recording in a Macy's department store.
But did you tell them why? Tell them why. Our mics smelled of like beef and tobacco.
Yeah,
it was an
real
odd
manly.
aroma.
Manly.
Very musky and not in a hey, let's hit it kind of way. More of a like, dear God, there might be a murder nearby way.
Yeah, I smelled a touch of dead body.
Just a skosh.
To my right, hostess with the mostest, Trish Suhr.
Thank you, Erin Foley. And to my right...
We've got our guest back. NFL correspondent, one of my favorite people, a fantastic stand-up comic, played football, Jennie McNulty. We are also recording this. Hi, everybody.
Hi, guys.
Lots of new stuff. Let's start the episode before we get Jennie involved. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I dropped one.
She had a slight
I dropped
stroke.
one of the balls. I'm going to pick them up. To Jenny's right, we've got Erin in the booth.
Hey, Erin.
Hey, go Cards. Off season.
Off season.
Hey, what's that hat you're wearing, by the way? Super sweet.
It's the Oakland A's batting practice hat.
I will take a photo of that, and we'll put it on Instagram because Erin looking sharp today.
Yeah.
Oakland A's
I went to the stadium.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah, I went for 4th of July, so.
Fantastic.
Fierce hat, dude.
It's an elephant with a bat.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
God, that's cool. I told Erin the next couple months for him are going to be a little bit rough as we're doing everything non-baseball. But
I know, Erin.
we'll do some January winter meetings.
Oh.
So he perks up in the corner.
We'll
give him some smelling salts and
or just some of this lovely smelling perfume.
Oh yes, or the tropical thunder. I don't know why I'm calling it that. What is it
Stella
called?
by Stella McCartney.
Oh,
Well.
Thank you. I have an affinity to Paul, so I supported his daughter.
Oh wow! And I have an affinity to blondes, so it's all coming.
It's all
together.
coming together.
All right, before we jump in, I just wanted to announce a couple things that are happening behind the scenes with Sports Without Balls. Trish and I are taking our game up 75 notches.
Oh yeah.
Besides our big social media pushes on Instagram, and we're posting more on Facebook, behind the scenes, we've got a new website coming. We've got a merch store coming.
Yes!
2018 is going to be home of more live events. And we're going to have, on the website that's coming, we're going to have a Patreon button to be for a group of subscribers. We've got a PayPal because people email constantly, can I donate to the show, which all gets put back into Sports Without Balls. And like the true businesswoman I am, I have not set that up. Apparently, I don't like money.
We're working on it. Don't worry.
We're working on it. Trish is, all things social media and a business guru, and I don't want to be homeless. So it's all coming together.
It's working out, you guys, and it's going to be super fun, and I cannot wait for you to see the merch. It is so good. The shop is going to be A-game.
Yeah, so I just want to let you know. And also, starting right now, today, we are going to be filming every single episode of Sports Without Balls that will be on a Sports Without Balls YouTube page and, of course, the All Things Comedy homepage.
And we will then upload it to our website, which will be up and running, and I will give you that information. It should be up. I'm not going to start big rumors, but we should be ready to go by next week.
Christmas of 2019. You guys hang in there, you guys. Hang in there like my Giants, like my G-men, like my big blue.
And that's all the time we have for today. Thank you very much for tuning in.
All right, we're gonna kick off the show. Obviously, it's been heavy on baseball. Listen, right before we dig into other sports, last week's episode was our live episode from Phoenix, so we haven't addressed the fact that I just sort of hit your computer. We just both want to say congratulations to the Houston Astros. We were cheering for the Dodgers. Obviously, Trish is a Dodger.
I'm honorary.
But
I was in the stadium, you guys, for Game 7, and I'm going to tell you, 6 and 7. 6 was a dream sequence, as Erin would say. 7 was the nightmare where you can't wake up and you wonder what's going on and why am I standing here and I'm going to eat my feelings. I ate garlic fries and that nasty popcorn. I almost got one of the UFO cookies too. That's how bad I had to eat. I was just eating feelings.
Yeah.
But look, the Astros were awesome. I wish this could have been 77 games. I really do, because
It's a great series.
they were so fun to watch. Thank you for everybody that sent me such sweet messages. Thank you to our awesome fans, too, that follow us, that were like, hey, girl. People were sending me their pictures from Houston, from the parade, hugging Altuve and hugging Springer. And I love that, because y'all know we're never hateful mess around here. We love everybody that in sports. Clearly, you want your team to win.
Yeah,
but
I can't stand Tom Brady. Go ahead.
it's okay.
Dallas
It's just
Cowboys.
Or the
it
Dallas
was a bye week, so he was planking in Costa Rica with one of his children on his back, because, he doesn't.
Really?
Oh, please. I was like, Tommy, and quit saying stuff like I drink a lot of water so I don't sunburn. I'm like, you sound mental. Please quit. And I love my Tommy.
Yeah.
But anyhow,
No, he's great.
congratulations to the Astros, to the city of Houston. It was such a great series. And to my Dodgers, I love you. Y'all get a little downtime, and if you don't win next year, I'm coming for you.
I might have said this last podcast, but the tweet, I don't know who tweeted it, but I think it summarized the entire World Series was, this is one of the greatest World Series to watch if you're not a Houston or LA fan. And I think that kind of
Beautifully
summarizes
said.
it, because, I couldn't believe how attached I got to the Dodgers, because, God, if I could have spoken to my sports self years ago, there is no way I'd be cheering for the Dodgers. I'd be all about Houston, the story, small market, hurricane. Like, everything in my body was like, go Astros. But then when you watch the Dodgers and you live in LA, that team was just so fun to cheer for.
And
a
they're
lot
just
of great
good
stories
kids.
and good kids. And
Great manager.
Yeah. And I'll end with this. It is uncanny. And Paul Sullivan, shout out to Paul. He's a super fan, and he has his own MLB podcast. And
The Scully podcast.
yeah, he's great. We've been friends forever. But, it's been this running joke doing this podcast for the last couple of years now that any big sporting event, when it comes to particular baseball, I'm either on a cruise ship filled with gay men that are not playing the sport. Always. Or for the last now 2 years, Game 7 has been, I host a show for the last 8 years at the Hollywood Improv. It's my gay show. It's my sweet gay show, which is nice because all I do is perform for America, which is primarily straight. It's not your fault. But I have my sweet little Gays R Us show. It's the first Wednesday of the Improv, which Jenny has done multiple times. And I got to get Trish. You got to be my straight lady.
Yes, I can't wait. Tickled.
But this is the second year in a row I've done Game 7. And let me just tell you, the energy of the crowd was negative 700 million. Because last year it was bad enough.
With
I'm
Cleveland
running back and forth
Cubbies.
with Cleveland
Sure.
and Cubbies.
Right.
But this year, it was the day after Halloween, and it was Game 7, so there was probably like 10 people in the crowd. It usually
They were
gets
all
about
tourists, half
150.
spoke English.
Yeah.
It was great.
There was probably like maybe 80 people that hung in there, but I had the game on before because I was like, I can't not watch the game.
Yes.
Probably wasn't the greatest thing as the producer of the show to have the Dodgers losing. But we couldn't help it. But I have to say, I was really being cheerleader because when you're hosting a comedy show, as we've all done before, you're part cheerleader anyway.
yeah.
That first 10 minutes to get them in show mode.
1,000%.
Well, I am looking at just depressed Dodger fans. And Game 7, sorry, I could talk about this for an hour. We'll keep it short.
Oh, Game 7.
Was such a utter letdown.
Yeah.
Every inning, there was men on base.
We-
You felt like
yeah.
this is it, and it just
We deserted 13 runs.
Yep.
yeah.
13 runs. And every time we're sitting there, and, it was the moment where I looked at my husband because I said, we have season tickets. So I said to him, do we sell, after Game 6, we're saying, do we sell Game 7 and just watch it at home? He looked at me and I looked at him and I said, you know what? Will we hate ourselves if they pull through and we sold them for like money? Not that money matters, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, will we be that upset that we weren't here? And we both at the same time went, yes. And we're like, we're going. I
Okay,
mean,
okay, but now in retrospect.
no, I'm not. I'm not
And-
upset.
And I'm proud to hear it. I'm
Yeah,
very
no,
glad
I'm
to hear
not
that.
because I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. We've been there seats for 7 years. Everybody around us was a sold seat except the people on our row, and the people on our row have had the seats for 23 years,
That's amazing.
and they live in Bakersfield.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And they come down. So they usually sell them, I'd say 80% of the time, just obviously challenge. But it's a daddy. They are the only distributors of Budweiser to half of California. They got money. I said, y'all don't have a box. But anyway. So the long and the short, of course, was that I was like, we got to sit here with people that it mattered as much to them, right? They could have sold them in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And we all sat there and had this moment together where we were like, I wouldn't have traded this moment because we love them that much. And I will sit there next year. But my husband and I did on the way home. We were both like, we need to just quit sports for a minute. Like, and he's like, and then I called Erin and told her. My husband goes, I think we should take up reading. I was like, take it up. I'm like, I read every day. He goes, and by us, I mean me. He's like,
I love that comment. We should take up reading.
I thought, what a random. Like, we were at our favorite bar pre or post a game. Erin knows at Mohawk Bend. It's in Echo Park.
Bar.
If you haven't been, try it out when you come to LA. We're sitting in Mohawk Bend eating and drinking our feelings after I'd eaten and drank them at the stadium. And he goes, no, seriously, babe. I need like maybe like a self-help or like a. I'm like,
or
what?
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Just jump into Tale of Two Cities. I remember during my first total horrible breakup with my sweet, sweet Karen, I read Shogun because it was like 1,400 pages. Turns out it was a page turner. But let me tell you, just tell Dave to get right back into a Shogun or a Tale of Two Cities.
I need him something to just get to winter meetings because Jenny, my husband thinks he is part of the management team at Dodger Stadium. I'm like a stand casting waiting to call you because he's got computers running and charts. And I'm like, doesn't do fantasy baseball like Erin. Respect that. If she's got people to pick. No, my husband's just worried about the team that makes us no money. We spend money there. Anyway.
Well,
the beauty of being a fan.
It
You guys
is.
are like such rookies. As a Lion fan, I'm listening to you cry and whine about an occasional loss.
No,
I
no,
was just going to
I've got a
transition right into,
lifetime.
I think Jenny owns part of the Lions.
But and my husband's from Cleveland originally.
Yeah.
So this is why it's such a big deal to him because he adopted my Dodgers
Okay.
because he's from losers. You know, it's
Losers.
Cleveland.
Oh, ow.
Get right into that, Mike.
The
Jenny, don't
Browns.
be shy.
You've got the Browns. You've got his Indians. Please, and then Cleveland. My husband watches Game 7 of the series where Cleveland won on his phone at night like a bedtime story.
It's one of my favorite sports stories.
He'll just be like,
Also,
put myself to sleep.
You've already done this on the podcast, but we have new listeners all the time. And at some point within our NFL, you have to do the big TV and the little
Okay,
TV.
we'll do.
It's one of my all-time favorite sports stories.
I have to hear
And
it.
Trish, I just want Trish to hear it because
I can't wait.
she's gonna die. All right, so here's how this podcast is gonna roll. We've got, we've been doing a lot of baseball, whatever. We get to as much stuff as humanly possible, but it's about the halfway mark in the NFL season, and I've been a little Debbie Downer about the NFL. Obviously, it doesn't help that my team is 1-89, which is fine. You can't have a good year every year. I don't think I've been through such a terrible Giants team in a very long time.
1980, but go ahead.
Okay, 80. Thank you for
I love
and we're out of time. But this is what I did. I want to show you something, and then we'll just jump into the NFL. We've got some women's soccer. We've got some random fun stories, but we'll do some football. We'll get knee deep into football. Monday I had this like writing assignment. So whenever you get assignments, you're like, how can I procrastinate? And and every 20 seconds I refresh ESPN.com, and there was an article, maybe it was Mike and Mike the other morning talking about like the Eli Manning situation, right? And you know how I feel about Eli Manning. I'm very, very protective
Passionate
of
and
Eli
protective,
Manning.
yes.
And this will stream into your Lions, and I want you to give us a full report on the NFC North. But this is what I did, you guys. I started listing every NFL team.
Put that right in the camera. People at home need to see Crazy Mess. Oh, my
This is what I did on Monday. I wrote down every team in the NFL, and then
From
I
memory?
wrote down, I put the quarterback, right? I put put quarterback. The whole point of this is this. I get real protective of Eli Manning, and I think he's completely underappreciated. And if there was no Peyton Manning, he would be spoken of in different terms. But then I listed every single quarterback. I just put QB down, and I put asterisk if it was a solid quarterback.
Okay.
I'd put like a check if it was like an up and coming quarterback, and then like a squiggly line if it was like quarterback, or I'd put an open circle if there was just basically no quarterback.
Okay.
Just to prove my point. And here's my point.
This chart is heaven. I'm going to take a picture of it, and it will be on our social. Okay, go ahead. So good.
11 out of the 32 quarterbacks, so it's a third of the league,
Yes.
has no quarterback. Technically, there is someone under center. But they're either terrible, or it's just a transition, or they've been the quarterback for a year or two and it's not working.
Sure.
So complete instability over center. A third of the league.
That's a pretty high number.
Now, I also listed 2 tiers. I have a problem.
I love this.
Consistency. Just the word consistency. Consistency and for NFL quarterbacks is what you need to win. You need consistency.
1,000%.
Lions, Stafford, changing the culture, change the team, change everything when you know you have Stafford under center every single game. Tom Brady, change the entire Patriots team, right?
You're right, and it's consistency.
Consistency. Now, in two more, I'm not going to say wins because we probably won't win, but 2 more games, Eli Manning will pass Peyton Manning, and he will be second on the list of starts in a row, second only to Brett Favre, whose number won't be caught. So here's what we have. We only have 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. So another third of the league is consistent. Tom Brady, 2001. Ben Roethlisberger, 2004. Drew Brees, 2002. Matt Ryan, 2008. Stafford, 2009. Rodgers, 2008. Rivers, 2006. Even though he was drafted in 2004, didn't start until 2006. Flacco, 08. Manning, 04. Alex Smith, 05. Now, out of those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, only 10, and that is being like, at least 10 years in the league, consistency,
sure.
8, 9, 10. Tom Brady, okay, Tom Brady's in another category,
Agreed.
right? So let's take Tom Brady out of it. Ben Roethlisberger, championship teams won the Super Bowl twice. Drew Brees won it once. Matt Ryan hasn't won it. Stafford hasn't won it. Aaron Rodgers won. Phillip Rivers, none. Joe Flacco, 1. Eli Manning, 2. Alex Smith, nothing. This is I'm just saying, like, the lack of disrespect for Eli Manning is unwarranted. Unwarranted.
Are you telling us because you think we don't agree? Or?
No, I'm telling everybody through this microphone into
the
air.
universe. Yeah. Copy. Okay, because we're with you. You're preaching to the choir.
I'm with you too. My partner, on the other hand, would totally disagree with you.
Yeah.
And that he's a bum. He's got no self-confidence. He doesn't have the leadership. He's open mouth breather. He just doesn't have that
mouth breather.
He doesn't have that thing she says that just makes people want to follow you. He doesn't have that leadership charisma.
Yeah.
That is her issue, and that is an important position for charisma. However, he also has been on his butt the whole season this year.
Seasons.
So, yeah.
Seasons. And when we were winning, as if everybody, all quarterbacks are winning, you have to have the most solid O-line. And also another thing is when Eli Manning took over in 2004, he started halfway through the season, and, it was pretty bad. We hadn't had consistency in the quarterback since Phil Simms, since literally the 80s. So what I'm trying to say is he doesn't have the charisma. Maybe he doesn't have like a general leadership. Maybe you think, oh, Big Ben. Well, would you take Big Ben or would you take Eli? I think most people would go Ben.
I would.
But look what Eli has done. Ben is hurt all the time. He has shitty body languages. He fucks women that didn't say yes. There's a lot of things, and Eli Manning's doing visiting cancer patients. I know the knock on Eli, but I think he's just it's a different type. He's a different type of human being. And I know he goes against the, general, and I'd pick a general. You want someone that, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and he only has a couple years left, maybe not even with the Giants. And then the other tier, of course, is your
list.
new, is your up and coming, and like people that are sort of 4 or 5 years in the league, and you're hoping you're going to get consistency out of all of these. Wentz, Goff, Prescott, Cam Newton, David Carr, Kirk Cousins, Mariota, Palmer. He doesn't count because he's on his way out and he's always hurt. Andy Dalton, Jameson Winston, and Andrew Luck. So anyway, that was my Monday.
So what did you get written?
Not a lot, you guys. I might be failing out of school.
I will put this on social because it's just sort of a PowerPoint presentation.
It's more of a psychological assessment.
Yeah,
it's something you would find in a file of a serial killer.
Okay, maybe.
One day, this will pay my mortgage. I'm not saying it's anytime soon, but one day it will.
Tiny houses.
Yes. It might be a house on wheels that can travel and it has its own removable septic, but still, it's going to be a dream.
Boardwalk and Park Place one day.
Yeah. Talk to me about pre-Matthew Stafford and Matthew Stafford. And talk to me about the Lions, and then do the TV with Sheila.
And Jenny's wearing, I'll get a shot too. Jenny's wearing these fantastic.
Yes, I did wear these in honor.
Your Lions.
Line
yeah.
earrings,
Lions,
helmet
line
earrings.
They're little
So
helmets.
good. So
Pretty amazing. You know what? Matthew Stafford, a lot of people get on the knock they have on him is he can't win in the big games. He can't win in the playoff games. And, they've won one
beat the
playoff game
Cowboys.
in my lifetime. That was it. Here's the thing. Again, it's not a one. The quarterback is the most important position, but it takes 11 players on every play. It's not just. A right fielder can go 3 games and never touch the ball, and you need every player on every play to play. And if you don't have a line, it's just not going to work. We've had Stafford and Calvin Johnson carrying us through all those years, and we'd get a great defense, and then Suh messed us up for a little while. So it's.
Oh my God! Yeah.
We just. I think we still are a couple of pieces away from complete dominance. To me, it was most obvious in the preseason. We were Klickman the first 2 games. We looked really good. Then we played the Patriots, and it was just like, okay, these are the big boys. These are and we've come around, and we're playing much better, and we've got an extremely favorable schedule. So I really do think we can take the division. But that being said, it's like you said, it is quarterback, it is the consistency, but there's just so many factors. To lay it on one guy's head isn't fair, no matter who that guy is.
Yeah, it's not fair. But I'm just saying, I think why it's crazy to me. Like, if you look at the other teams, I'm going to get a hold of myself. I'm going to put a pin in that comment I was going to do. Here's what I want to say. A couple Lions stuff. Have you played the Vikings yet?
We did, and we beat them.
Oh, you beat the
and
Vikings.
we play them
Okay.
again on Thanksgiving, which is always good.
Oh, that's going to be great.
It's going to be at home. There's going to be a lot, and we will be on a roll. We have the Browns this week.
Yeah.
We play the Browns. We have the Bears. Then we play the Vikings, I believe it is.
You could
we've
beat all
got the
those
Ravens, the Bucks. We play the Browns or the Bears
that's a
again.
good schedule.
We've got a really decent schedule.
Yeah.
I think we could clearly. We need Minnesota to lose one more game, but
Yeah.
I don't think that we have a chance.
And I'm wondering if Bridgewater is going to come back this season. They activated him. He went down at probably over a year ago now.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting. But without Rodgers, it just felt like the whole division opened up.
Right.
And now it's sort of up for grabs. Out of all those teams, I'm on board. I'm a huge Matthew Stafford fan.
He's a doll.
I love watching him play. Obviously, Detroit is just a fun city to cheer for. And so I'm definitely all in with the Lions. Now, I wouldn't say that if, Aaron Rodgers is like butter. You know what I mean? It's like when I watch him, I will literally go out of my way to watch Packer games just because of Aaron Rodgers. And I'll throw the TV out the window when the Patriots are playing. I will go out of my way.
to avoid.
I don't want anybody to get hurt, but I want a sinkhole. And I want Foxborough Stadium. It's probably called something else.
Gillette.
I want Gillette to fall into a deep, deep, deep sinkhole. I don't want anybody to get hurt.
Now, is this before the Super Bowl losses? Have you always hated the Patriots, or is it just that's made it impossible?
What do you mean Super Bowl losses?
the ones that the ones where you beat them.
Yeah.
Where you. Like it doesn't make any sense. Never mind. I'll take that argument back.
our
Why do you
losses.
hate him? Why?
No, I just
right.
I just don't. I just don't.
I
like
think
the
there's
Patriots.
as many people that became bandwagon Patriots fans. And I have been a Patriots fan. I grew up in Kentucky. We had no professional teams. When I was little, I just chose them because my daddy was a Jets fan, and he would cuss them, and I thought, you're being hateful. And I thought the word Patriot meant All-American, right? Like in my mind.
Right. Yeah.
And they sucked rocks for a very long time.
did.
So I
They
tell
did.
people all the time, don't act new. I've been through the mud with this team. Because everybody's like, oh, it's because you love Tom Brady. I'm like, I have done time.
That's right.
Serious time.
If I grew up in New England, I'd be the craziest Patriots fan. But I grew up in New York, and when we moved to Rhode Island, it was just like Patriots, Red Sox, and I just was like, ugh. And so it just became this like battle with my friends, New York versus New England. That's
But
really
you like the
what it
Celtics,
is.
don't you?
I have a
Did
soft
you
spot
like
for the Celtics because my basketball coach thought he was Larry Bird, and he brought us to the Garden when I was like 13. So it's
That's
like, how do you
fun.
not have
Yeah.
it still? And then, of course, now. I didn't, though. I didn't cheer for them for a long time. And now Brad Stevens, like, I just love Brad Stevens.
It's a good dude.
But I have to say this. It's there. If you don't cheer, if you're not from New England and you don't cheer for the Patriots, there's just a couple teams growing up sometimes that you just don't like, and you almost can't justify it. It's like stupid.
Yes.
Like now I'm like, my heart, I have like a warm, like I kind of like the Eagles. Ew, I can't believe I actually said
know.
that.
Me too.
But
It's
I
'cause
love
we love Carson Wentz.
you know, and he's so feel good, and I like the team. I
Absolutely.
like the energy around the team. I never thought I'd say that in a million years. The Cowboys, I can't. Jerry Jones makes me want to set the stadium on fire with no one in it,
Except him.
except
And
him.
the rest of the Cowboys.
I'm not a big fan of the coach, but Dak Prescott is a dream sequence. Jason Witten, he's amazing. You know what I mean? I never. There's just things you grow up, and then you just have them for life. The Patriots, though, I have to say, obviously, I would be an enormous Patriots fan if I grew up a Patriots fan. They're unbelievably fun to watch. They win every year, of course, But as a non-Patriots fan, just the rampant cheating. But anyway.
I think it's the same way you feel because I've never liked the Yankees, and it had nothing, just because I thought
People
they were
hate
mean.
the Yankees.
Yeah, but I was like, if I look back, I'm like, why don't I? Like, I don't have a dog in this race.
Yeah.
Nobody's run. I was like, wait, I don't know why I just greatly dislike them. Like, you have to have that moment where you're like, is this just hatefulness?
But then you just go back to hating. That's the beauty of sports, though. You know what I
Yes,
mean? There are
it's true.
teams that
It's
you
fun
just
to
like.
hate
Exactly.
teams.
The Dallas
It's
Cowboys,
stupid.
Ohio State Buckeyes. You just
Yeah.
The Ohio State is
Yeah.
said in my
You're
house.
like, easy.
Everybody be quiet. Yeah.
Easy.
can't
I
take
don't.
it.
I can't stand Ohio State. Why?
tedious.
I can't even tell you.
It's been the hardest
Well,
part of marrying
yeah.
an Ohio, and when they're out in public, Ohio people, if you aren't aware or don't have anybody in your life that's one of these people, it happened right when we were engaged, so I was already in it. We were going through the Cincinnati or Northern Kentucky airport, and my husband was wearing an Ohio State sweatshirt through the airport, and these people are passing us, and we're trying to get down a baggage claim, and this girl screams, "OH!" And my husband goes, "Uh-oh!" walking the other way. That's what they do.
Well,
And
we
like
have
a-
the Go Blue thing in Michigan, so
Look,
there's that.
Kentuckians scream "Go Cats." We don't have a lot to live for.
Look, Ohio's proud they can spell that word. Leave
They
them alone.
do everywhere they go.
Wow.
Everywhere they go.
Wow.
So-
but like on the flip side is that must have been, you must have been like, kill me.
Yes, it was so embarrassing. It wasn't even just embarrassing. It was like, is this my future?
Yeah. No.
It is.
But on the flip side, as a psychotic sports fan, I
Right.
love to shout that shit out in the airport.
Exactly.
Well, I do it with Kentucky fans, and if I always can tell a bandwagon one, like somebody that just was like, "Oh, I got on board when they were riding high," and they're not
Yeah.
real Kentuckians. Because real Kentuckians, when we pass each other, you go Cats!" and you put your hand up, and you will high five. I don't care if they look like they're fresh from a bathroom. You will high five a Kentuckian, and when you do it to people that you know, either somebody gifted them that hat, or
Yeah.
they maybe just got it at the airport, and oh, thanks, and I go, "Go Cats!" and they'll look at you, and I'm like, "Oh, you."
I noticed that in Los Angeles because there's so many non-sports fans here
Yes.
that they just, oh my God, this goes great with my outfit.
Yes.
So they wear the hat for like
So
the
many
Tiger
random
hats.
hats.
Because the Detroit
Yeah.
Tigers have that cool old English
Yeah.
D.
Yes.
And so I'll be like, hey, go Tigers. And like, no, sorry, my
Yeah.
name is David.
Yeah, exactly right. People will look at you like you are on fire. When I'm like, you got our Doyers. If we're like our guy, our
Yeah.
sweet guy in Phoenix, if you see somebody and they'll have a certain kind of a Dodger hat on,
Yeah,
like,
right.
oh, it's from Latin. I remember it was Latin night at the stadium. That's
Yeah.
what that hat's from. and I'm like, go do yours. And they will look at you like, my name is Cliff. I'm like, oh, what's happening?
Yeah.
And my husband's super shy, and clearly I'd talk to a rock, and I will scare him because I'll be out places, and he thinks I've met him or know him, and I'm like, no, it's sports. And
there's a lot of Yankee caps in LA where I'm like, what? Well, we got a rebuilding year, and they're just like, I was like, okay.
I went to New York last fall. It's really pretty.
Exactly right. And they're like, I just needed this hat, and it fit me.
That, by the way, is all over America, and I'm not gonna lie, I hate it. My ex was a big. She went to Washington State, right? So it was like, go Cougs, go Cougs. Totally got into Washington State when we were together. I have a hat. It's one of my favorite hats, but it weirds me out, like, now putting it on. Like, it's not like I hate Washington State after the break. Like, it's fine. But when someone comes up to me and they're like, go Cougs, and I'm like, I can't match that excitement.
Exactly right.
And so I feel weird. So I literally just kind of wear it around the house and whatever, because I feel like if I put a hat on, I got to back that up.
Right.
Or at least be present and aware that you're wearing that hat that day, right?
Yeah. Or at least, yeah.
Because I have my Pickles hat that I proudly wear, my Portland Pickles that I've not gone to see, but we love John Ryan and Sarah Colonna, so we support their pickle excitement. And somebody goes, woo, Portland. Well, I don't associate. I think of it as the pickles, right?
Yeah.
So when they said Portland, I was like, oh, no, I'm from southeastern Kentucky. And I was like, I'm that asshole. I'm the asshole. Yeah. I was like, oh, pickles, yes.
Yeah.
But they screamed Portland at me, and I looked at them like they had 10 heads, because I was like, no part of me is a craft beer drinking hipster. What are you talking about? So I get it. Can we do NFL Week 10 picks and throw Jenny on the list?
We can. I felt like I have a couple more NFL stuff to do right before picks.
Oh, all right.
Well, in the meantime, I can tell you what
Will you
Erin was
please?
talking about.
Can we do that story?
See, I am now a Giant fan because of her. Not Erin, because of my partner.
Oh, okay. I was like, that Erin did that.
No, Erin didn't do that. But you want to cheer. I'm not the kind that likes to compete with. Like, I don't. If I'm playing my team, hey, let's get together and watch a game. I'm like, no. If they're for the other team, I prefer everybody cheering on the same time. So I like the happy cheer.
I do too.
And
okay,
so I'm pulling for her Giants, and as a Lion fan, you need a realistic team. Or we're used to anyway. Now we can just be Lion fans, but we used to need a realistic team, which was always the Steelers because my parents are from Pittsburgh. But I kind of latched onto her Giants and everything, so we watched it. So when we moved into the house together, the first thing we did, we got satellite, got to get DirecTV, we got to get the package, and we had the guy come out and give us 100 extra feet of cable so that we could bring it from the front room and because the Lions and Giants play at the same time, usually 10 a.m. at the same time.
Yep.
So we bring the cable in from there. We bring in a TV from the garage. We have both TVs going at the same time.
It's like a BW3, like it's literally a Buffalo Wild Wings in your living room.
And then you can even get it on a computer. If there's another game you want to watch, you can pull it up on the computer. But whoever has the better record gets the bigger TV.
Isn't that awesome?
It is literally a Buffalo Wild Wings. I would come over just to watch that magic.
And
how awesome.
And so forever the Giants always were on the big TV, but then
a shift has happened.
Consistency in the quarterback, Matthew Stafford.
Well, here's the deal: is what I kind of acquiesced because what I found is I could get my radio broadcast on the internet, but for some reason it was this weird delay of a random amount of time, so I have to sync it up. So you have to wait for like a penalty where they're like holding 5 yards so you can see it. So you pause the TV, you wait for the radio to catch up, and then you let them go about the same. So then the radio is synced to the television, and that drives her nuts. So then I just take the little TV and do my little syncing thing.
Hey, that's commitment.
Watch my Lions, listen to my hometown, because they're cheering for my team too. Then they're like, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
Oh my!
So it's amazing.
So much better than Joe Buck being
Joe
like,
Buck and his lover.
we have another.
Joe Buck. And Troy, and he's a Cowboy, so I hate him for that, but he whines. Even happy things, he whines. That was a touchdown. Everything he says.
To put those two together is just.
They're lovers, Erin.
Joe
Look
Buck,
at how they look at each other. They're lovers.
Joe
that
Buck
would be the
works
only
my
fun
nerve.
thing about those two if they were making out.
They're
terrible. They hate New York.
But I've brought this up 100 times. Have you watched Brockmire on IFC yet? Please,
No,
if
I
you're
have to watch it.
Please watch
I've gotta
it.
watch
The
it.
Joe Buck episode. There's not that, but it's brilliant, and it's Hank Azaria being a washed up. Gets a second chance at life, a baseball announcer, and it's on IFC, and it is him and Amanda Peet are the leads, and it's absolutely brilliant, and they roast the shit out of Joe Buck, and it's magical, and I love it. And I was like, whoever did, and Musburger too. Oh my, it's brilliant.
God,
and they're
Brett
all
Musk.
on it. They are on the show.
My dad used to call him Brett Muskrat Burger. I just remember he's like, I can't stand that Brett Ratburger. I'm like, yeah. Leslie Visser and Brett Ratburger.
I love
growing
it.
up.
Yeah.
I love that he did that. Dick Foley's a magical man.
Dick Foley. All right, here's a couple things. Two players. So Ben McAdoo, coach of the Giants, the 1-9 Giants, who's clearly lost this team.
Yeah.
I mean, he has lost this team by.
Did he ever have it?
I
Yeah,
don't
why
think
did
so.
they even
quite
hire
frankly, I
him?
cannot
Yeah.
believe they hired him.
dumb. I
It was
can't
the
either.
worst hire ever.
But can we say that this, to me, still feels like this whole season stems off of the yachting incident from 2016? I still feel like I do. I feel like culturally in the Giants, and I don't know the Giants like Erin does, but I remember her lividity, your anger at the yacht sequence.
It would have never happened if Tom Coughlin was the coach.
That's
it.
okay.
Would have. They would have never. It would have never happened.
So I feel like this entire season stems from that.
I want Bill Cowher. We need.
Yeah.
You need
Bill Cowher.
discipline.
I wanted him in Detroit before we got called.
They're kids. They're kids. They're 20, 21 years old. Who doesn't want to whatever. Don't get me started.
And
a
you know
Monday
what? I
before
love-
a playoff game, you're yachting in Miami? You would never do it. You would never. And he's totally lost control of the team. What I don't like is this. Two players this morning, yesterday, and this happens on other teams, coming out anonymously and saying he's lost control of the team. Nope. You do not do it.
No,
if you want to say shit about your coach, you say to your coach, or you at least if you're going to go to the press like an idiot, be grown, say your name.
Right.
That's it's so pathetic. So that's not on McAdoo, but
It kind of is. If he were a better coach, if he were a more strident coach, they wouldn't even think. Do you think they'd do that for Bill Belichick?
Oh, hell no.
There's
Mike
nobody.
Tomlin, any of these guys?
Right, yeah.
No way.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. And all right. So that thing that I wanted to circle back to was when I was breaking down when I was beautiful minding the quarterback situation of the NFL.
When she was having her, yes, go ahead.
One of the things, and not to hijack it with the Giants, but this brings it back to just the NFL in general. They were like, "What do you do? What do you do about Eli? Right? Do you now? Everyone's going to get fired. Thank God. Well, I hope they keep Steve Spagnuolo because the defense.
I like him too.
He's wonderful. McAdoo's gone. The offensive coordinator's gone. I'd get rid of Jerry Reese because in the last 3 or 4 years, his drafting has been absolutely terrible. I'd get rid of Reese. I'd clean house. And so the report came out a couple days ago that Mara, co-owner, gave the signal to start looking at college quarterbacks.
Oh.
So we've got David Webb, who we took in the 3rd round. I think he came out of Cal. We don't know anything about him because he hasn't played. And I'm not saying towards the end of the season do you bench Manning and give Webb a chance to see what you got in a 2-85 season. I don't have a problem with that.
It almost seems like better business as long as, you know.
But is that a fair test, though? Because, again,
it's a test, right?
Yeah.
It's a test where you can't really simulate practice, so you got to throw them in at some point. Is it a fair test? No, but you got to put them under fire. The speed of the NFL, you have to. Yeah. But here's why you do not let Eli Manning go, at least for another year, because if you don't believe in David Webb, okay, fine. Draft someone in the 1st round, right? 2nd round, whatever. You got to do. And maybe he's the quarterback. You're hoping to be the quarterback of your future. But the fact that you still have Eli Manning, who could give you another couple of good seasons, and look how much time they took with Aaron Rodgers. Why would you put someone in that's completely untested in the NFL, right? With a shit O-line, no run game, defense, so he can get murdered. Look, I mean,
and no receivers anymore.
And no
either.
receivers. I mean, they'll be back next year. Yeah. But look what happened to Andrew Luck. Yes, he did turn the team around 11-5, 11-5, 11-5, something like that. But he's had more injuries than anybody, and now he's legitimately they're like, oh my God, I hope he comes back because of all the hits and all the in off-season, now season-ending shoulder surgery. I just don't see how you can I don't see how that's a benefit to the team. I really don't. And if you cut Eli, we're going with Baker Mayfield. Is that his name? Baker? Curtis Mayfield? He's a singer.
Curtis, I was like,
Baker Mayfield out of Oklahoma or Sam Darnold, who I don't think is ready to come out of USC. I think he needs to cook for another year.
And Erin was slightly stalking him in the lobby of our hotel. That's a whole nother show.
I get very shy. I needed Trish. I needed my wingman. She'd come up and with that Southern charm and be like, "Hi, y'all."
So we were in Phoenix, and the USC was playing Arizona State, and they were staying in our hotel. And Erin almost had a stroke because the entire lobby at one moment was filled with the entire USC football team. And Erin's like, "No, turn around." And I'm like, she's talking in clicks. I think like Blair, or Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds' wife, is behind us. I'm like, clearly it's got to be the most dream sequence woman I've ever seen. I turn around, and it's the entire USA football team. And I was like, not the reaction I was expecting. But and she's like, where is he? There he is. Send him. And I never got to go get him. But she did corner half of him in an elevator. It was magic.
I did. And I told him about the benefits of playing for the New York Giants if they get drafted. Nobody wanted to hear it. Okay. Anyway, real quick, I just wanted to say, yep. Sorry, that was a little moment about something that's trending in the news that's going to make everybody happy and disgusted. Anyway, here we go, and we're back. Here's just one more thing. Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns have had the number 1 pick for the last 15 years. And Wentz, Goff, like all of them, they pass on these quarterbacks. And you're just sitting there like, I mean, if I was, so the whole report was, I think it was Darnold, that a bunch of people were like, they're waiting to see if Cleveland gets number 1 because it's going to affect whether they go literally back to college or not. Darnold came out with that.
Oh.
And I thought, yeah, I mean, people would rather go to class than go to Cleveland.
That's a
by
great
the way,
T-shirt.
I was about to say, I will be selling that shirt.
Cleveland, yes, print them now.
Like, that's how bad it is. You literally go, like, they will not come out of college because they don't want to play for the Cleveland Browns.
But I think there's your answer too about whether or not it's not. I don't think whether or not you keep Eli is as important as your GM. I mean, I could speak from experience with. We got Bob Quinn, former Patriot dude, and we have turned around since then. Yeah. And he was smart enough to keep Caldwell, because I was kind of iffy on Caldwell myself, but he's really proven, I think, to get a good demeanor on the team. We got rid of Suh, got rid of Fairley, got rid of a lot of the troublemakers.
Yeah, you've got to change the clubhouse culture and have somebody that can drive a bus. Yeah. I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah.
But so I think you need to get a better GM that's going to put all of the pieces better in place together. So that's, to me, I think you're right. Reese needs to go, and the whole staff. I don't know if Spagnuolo, he was a head coach, and but.
I wouldn't make Spagnuolo a head coach. I'd keep him as our defensive coordinator, but I'd get a disciplinarian in. I mean, we've got Odell Beckham Jr. The dude needs discipline.
Serious
No,
discipline.
he needs to be
And
wrangled.
Roger Lewis was also on the yacht. I mean, come on. This is just like, no.
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
Totally agree.
And also like Landon Collins, who's like my favorite. He's just like a beast. He's like always up for like, this is his second year, and he's like practically like MVP. I tell you, I saw that Rams-Giants game on Sunday, and I was like, I thought my two things, Eli Apple, overrated. Landon Collins looked like, honestly, legitimately, he gave up on a couple of the routes.
Did.
And two, how fun are the Rams to watch? I mean, Todd Gurley. I'd put him in dream sequence. They did a poll, 6 NFL players up for MVP, and it's like, he's the only non-quarterback. Todd Gurley is a beast. I think I might adopt the Rams on Sundays.
Yes, they're my defense on my fantasy team.
How's your? I also wrote down in our Trish update on your fantasy team.
Well, I'm not doing like here's the thing, and this is the most jacked up excuse meets real truth I've ever said. When we were in Phoenix, our Wi-Fi was spotty at best in our hotel, so we had issues, and I couldn't make moves. So I screwed week 9 up like nobody's business because I was stuck. Yeah, it was. I don't want to talk about it. And and I had people that were on a bye, and I couldn't move people from the bye week, and like just because I was like, is this a joke? So I went from, in standings, just so you guys know, I went from 3rd. Okay, I went from 3rd to 10th.
Oh, in 1 week, Trish?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Just it wasn't.
Do you play fantasy, Erin?
Oh.
No.
I don't-
did. I couldn't.
I've hated it from its very inception. And went back in the day. But I'd be out on the road, and the first thing I would do when I would find a city is find a sports bar, and you'd be in the sports bar, and there'd be somebody cheering for my Lions with me, and then they'd be cheering for the other team. And I'm like, what the hell? And when it first came out, it was like, well, no, I've got the other team's defense or whatever. So it made me so mad because, again, the most team sport, the epitome of a team sport, so to break it up like that just drives me insane.
I tried. I did 2 years, and my apartment looked like a war zone. It looked like your apartment. I had like radio. I had a computer. I had red zone. I had and I was miserable.
Yeah.
I was absolutely miserable. And then I helped out this guy's team. And he had Des Bryant, and I remember Des Bryant caught a TD in the end zone. I was like, yes, and then I go, I'm done.
Exactly.
And I walked away.
That's like a bottom. That is.
Do I trade? Okay. I've
All right.
Jordy
you've
Nelson.
got two NFL nerd fests on the
good.
left and right. What can we do?
Do I move out as in the wide receiver position? It's an auto pick, so don't judge my team. I have DeAndre Hopkins, or do I switch him out for DeAndre? Right now I have. Sorry, let me go back. I'm talking like a crazy person. I was looking at
the problem is
if
Houston
it's auto
Texan,
pick 3 to 10.
Jordy Nelson.
He's got no one to throw to him.
I know, so I should switch it out for DeAndre Hopkins from Houston.
But Houston has no one to throw.
Yeah,
to.
I
right.
know.
Either one.
That's the
Those
problem.
are the only two you got.
Those are the only two
can't
you
trade
have?
for somebody.
It is bleak. Everybody's dying on a stretcher.
Pick a
There's
Lion. We're playing Cleveland.
Yeah,
I
pick a
don't-
lion.
I'd have to. Let me. Okay, I'll get back to you.
You got to full on drop Texans and Green Bay receivers, and even pick up like a second or third stringer on like even the Giants, because all these guys are getting.
Do you get points for yards or just scores?
Just scores.
Oh,
Then that's
yeah, don't
different
pick the
then.
Giants receivers.
I know. Okay, listen.
How about even like a third stringer on like the Raiders? I mean, they've got, I'm sure Crabtree and the other one's taken
Let's
Cooper, but isn't there? Who's the third one on the Raiders? Like, I'd look into that.
Let's look at wide receivers, y'all.
Who's available? This is exciting for me.
See, is
now
this
I want
bringing
to
your
play
love
again.
back?
Now I
You
wanna
need to.
play
You
again.
need to.
Here,
love
I'll
the
let you look.
game,
It's so much
Karen.
easier to let you look than start naming everybody off. This is my life. This is my life. I get.
And it's a dandy one.
Look,
Shepard's available? Oh, grab Shepard.
just add him right now. I don't have this kind of time. I'm already stressed out. We've got the Cardinals. I mean, we're already there. Cardinals and is it Seahawks tonight?
You gotta send me this.
I just need to add you in and give you my sign on because it's
Yeah.
stressing me out. I just went from third to worst.
But if it's an auto pick, it's not your fault, right?
well,
But I've thank you for co-signing my.
Well, see, the
lack
problem
of-
is like this. Like, this one jumps off the page. Like, you're like, okay, you could, Drew Brees is on fire. Ted Ginn Jr., like, that could be a good pick. But then you think
Yeah.
Buffalo. Buffalo's defense is really quite good. Sammy
And I
Watkins.
think I dropped Texan defense, and all I have left is Rams defense. So I need a backup defense for. I don't even know what the bye week situation is. If Rams already done their bye week anyway. I feel like I'm landing a shuttle, and I've got a lot of crap going on.
I'd pick up Sam Shepard. I mean,
Hit him.
The thing is, we're playing the 49ers, and they're not good.
Hit it.
All right.
Hit it.
That's true. That's a good point.
While you're
Okay.
picking my life away.
And then, wait, are these, and this is the rest of your team right here?
No, you're on. Hold on. This is my team. Hold on, you guys. This is what we're
And then
dealing with around here.
let's do picks.
Let's see. Cancel. We're back. Here's my whole team. Let's go back to Trisha's team, and we'll do picks.
Aaron,
Yes, ma'am.
what time are we at?
We are at 48:36.
Ooh, wow. Okay, we got to keep this moving.
You can take a quick look. That's the team as it stands. If you want to take a quick looky-loo, and then we'll go right to week 10 picks. I'm ready to hit that when you're ready.
This is. Can you take pictures and send it to me?
I will screenshot it and we'll.
Because I'm gonna get real distracted. I'm gonna have to go into stats and see who they're playing.
I love her so much.
When do you have to put?
It has to be done before night. It's Thursday night, so I have to do.
I'll do this afternoon.
Do you have to do them all before tonight or just tonight's before tonight?
No, all for tonight. So you have to be set by Thursday.
That's
Oh,
tough
that is,
because of
'cause
injuries
stuff
Friday,
happens.
Saturday.
They will let you. So you have to be set for like if I have anybody on my team that's playing tonight.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like if they're in the lineup and they're playing, they have to. It has to be. Then you can do it again on Saturday. You have them by Saturday again to.
Oh, so it's just tonight. So you just have to get if you're picking anyone who's
Right.
playing tonight.
Correct. Seahawks and Cardinals.
Oh, so you just have to pick Hawks cards by tonight if you have
If
any,
I have
if you
any.
want
Exactly
any.
right.
All right, can you screenshot all
I
of
will
that? and
do
send it
all
to me?
that, and we can go ahead and do week 10.
All right, week 10 picks.
Which is let's do the first one, which is tonight. Seahawks at Cardinals.
Okay, so Jenny, here's what we found with the picks. I'm gonna break this down real quick. The first time where I was really like talking out the picks, it was an hour and a half. Nobody needs nobody. Well, I mean, listen.
Well, we've just done 10 minutes on
We
a
could do-
fantasy team. One
I think-
person's fantasy team that
I just-
may or may not be successful.
I've been
no, we're
Jenny, I made it all the way to week 9 in third place. And
That's pretty good.
that's a big deal.
That's actually
but if,
really
but if
good.
you're in last at 10th,
Yeah.
Listen.
it's only 10.
I just
7
determined
weeks
what we should do with the Patreon is an extended nerd version of picks for extra footage. All kinds of stuff happening, you guys.
good.
All kinds of stuff happening. But here's what also I've determined. I will psychoanalyze the game for an hour and a half. Trish will go, Bills, and the Bills will win. So it doesn't really matter. Apparently, you can come up with 17 hours of quarterback picks, and you just pick one with yellow socks, and they win. So
That's how my
that
sister
happened.
does it. Well, I like this city better. She doesn't follow sports at all.
Oh,
She was
okay, I'm
adopted.
not that bad. I just tend to absorb my sports information, kind of like the movie Slumdog Millionaire. You don't remember how it came in, but then you're like, okay, the Bills. And then they win, and they're like, why did you know that? And I was like, well, I was on the phone with my girlfriend, Summer, and then the wide receiver coach called her husband because they've been friends since high school, and like weird shit happened. He's like, so-and-so's not in today. And I was like, oh, they'll work. That's how my brain,
Trish Third Eye feels her picks.
Okay.
I do.
Which
Not sure how Slumdog Millionaire fits in there, but
but the lack of
You
like
don't
the
remember that
parody.
movie?
I do, but I don't remember him.
It would be like he won the thing because of a weird information that he remembered.
Oh,
and everybody's
right,
like,
right,
it was
right,
fixed. And he was like, no, it's just weird crap that happened that he remembered. That's
Yeah,
how
got
my life is. I'll go, hey, oh my God, why do I know that? And then I'm like, let me go in the archives. Sometimes I feel like Jason Bourne meets 11. Okay.
Wow. Did you ever pass someone with a jersey, and then you go back into your head, and no matter what jersey it is, and you go, who's that player?
Yes.
And what team?
Yes.
And then you have to get it in a certain number of seconds because you have to turn around before they leave.
I noticed that the other day. Someone was talking about, you see what somebody was wearing. I'm like, I don't pay any attention to fashion unless it's a jersey. And then I can, in passing, tell you who they were, what team it was,
Yeah.
the whole deal. But
Yeah.
How long they were there.
All of a sudden you're on a game show. You're like, I have to get this because in 10 steps he's
Yeah.
going to be in his car or he's whatever, or she. And then you're like, who is it? Ray Allen.
I love you for that. I know it's
Ray
fun.
Allen, but you know what I mean. All right.
So
anyway,
point being,
speed picks.
Speed picks.
speed
And we're going to
picks.
do Erin,
Gut speed. We call them gut speed picks.
Erin, myself, and then you. And I'll do them
Okay.
very quickly.
All
And
right.
and the second team listed is the home team.
Is the home team. And we're going to start with the Seahawks and the Cards.
Seahawks. Cards are terrible. They'll probably win.
Ready, Jenny?
Oh, I thought you were
I
going
thought
next.
you were going.
Oh, I'm sorry. In my mind, I did it. Hawks, Seahawks.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna go. I like Drew Stanton when he was a backup at Detroit. I liked him. I'm gonna go, and they're home, and I don't like Seattle. So there you go.
Oh, well, that's a good. See,
Okay.
I love that kind of attitude. Saints at Bills.
Saints at Bills. I'm going to say Bills come back after the devastating loss to the Jets. They're not in a dome. I'm picking Bills.
Bills.
Saints.
Oh, I love that.
Saints could totally win.
Bengals at Titans.
Ooh, I wonder if anybody's going to watch. I'm going to go with the Titans.
I'm going Titans.
Me too. Just because they're home.
Yep. And it's just off the CMA Awards, honey, and they love when country good things happen in 1 week. That's when my Southern shows. Okay, sorry.
Did you watch them last night?
I did.
I did. I hate country music, but I did it just to see if anyone said anything about Trump. I just fast forward through.
Did you
most
like
of
the
it.
opening number though? I thought they did a really good job.
It was all right.
They wrote
yeah.
every damn country star. I mean, it was it would
yeah?
be as if at the Oscars you put every major actor on and they all just did a group monologue. That's what happened last
Oh,
night.
wow. Was it 7 hours?
No, it wasn't too bad. But Garth Brooks did lip sync, which was fun, and he owned it.
Wow.
He got Entertainer of the Year in lip synced. I was like,
Oh.
I love country music.
Phoning it in since the 80s.
Well, you know, good God bless
But
him.
Garth is great.
He
I like
is.
Garth.
Okay, we've got I'm sorry, I missed one. Chargers at Jaguars.
Chargers at Jaguars. Let me tell you this: if Eli Manning gets cut, Tom Coughlin is the GM at Jaguars. They need consistency at the quarterback. Their defense is one of the best. Eli might be a Jaguar, and then I'll have to move to Jacksonville. Picking the Jags.
I picked the Chargers.
I'm gonna go with the Jags. I can't stand Philip.
I know, but you know, sometimes you just gotta. It's kind of like playing at home. The Jags.
The Chargers aren't that bad. They could.
I know. I'm feeling it. Steelers at Colts.
Steelers.
Oh, look at us. All right. I hate to do this to you, Erin. Giants at 49ers.
2-8 Giants.
I'm going to go ahead and, because I love you, Giants. I'm going to do it.
Jennie McNulty.
In case Sheila's listening, I'm going to have to go with the Giants.
That's love.
Or
that is
you're
love.
4 feet away from Erin Foley.
Yeah.
Either way, you're saving lives.
Yep, saving lives.
My own primarily.
Primarily, but that was still sweet. Okay, my Pats at Broncos.
Pats at Broncos, Pats.
Pats.
New England.
I love that you make it all sound classier, Jenny. I do. I love it. I love it so
Those
much.
piece of shit Pats.
Hey, I share a birthday with Tom Brady. I'll
do
have you know.
you?
I
Oh, God.
do.
Something
I
good
beat
did
him by a
happen.
couple of years, but we were both August 3rd.
Something good happened on August
We're very
3rd.
big about birthdays and sports around here. I say it on I annoy the shit out of Erin because my birthday I share with Tiger Woods and LeBron James.
Oh.
We all are December 30th.
Well, there you go.
So we're big nerds. So I love that you are with
And
Tommy.
I'm with your
And
Tommy.
he's a
he
Leo.
and he went to University of Michigan where
And
I
he's
also
a
went to school.
I was betting both Lions, Leos, and Magic. Love that.
I've got Jerry Rice
Ooh.
Hey, Erin.
Oh,
and
that's
Trevor
a
Hoffman.
good one.
Oh,
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
That
and
is-
Summer Sanders.
Wow.
That's right. I
Summer
forgot you-
Sanders?
One of my
I
best.
love that you know that.
Carol.
That is one of my best.
Carol,
Oh,
look
okay.
up September 13th. Carol.
I'll get right on it for you. Carol. In the meantime, Jets at Buccaneers.
Ooh.
She's just started
My
chugging a Red Bull.
goodness.
She'll get back to us. What is the pick?
Jets at Bucks.
The Bucks are just, I'm sorry.
And Winston's not playing.
Winston's not playing. Did you see that malarkey that happened with Mike Evans and Jameis Winston on Sunday?
No.
It's just Jameis
Yeah.
Winston showing his true colors.
Yeah,
And if you
yeah,
believe that whole Hard Knocks, good luck, because he will disappoint you his entire career, because I think he's a piece of shit.
You
Doesn't
have
matter
always.
he had a tough upbringing.
Hashtag crab legs.
We all had tough. I know his upbringing was worse than mine. Mike Evans coming out of nowhere and blindsiding the
Yeah.
guy. He could have paralyzed him.
Yeah.
Wait, who they
Who was the
playing?
backup quarterback in Tampa?
Jets
Mary
at
Foley.
Jets at Buccaneers. So the Jets.
Oh, I don't know. I
That's-
can't.
that's-
Not
who's
in
the
full
ba- 'cause-
conscious can I pick the Jets, but I don't know who the
But
Bucks is.
that's the
It was, remember when it was Sean King for 25 years? I don't know. Carol, we need September 13th, and we need the backup for the Tampa Bay. Do not flip me off in public. She's real.
She's very
ornery.
lippy.
She is a huge country music fan and
I
ripped
know.
it. She's been hungover all week
Since Phoenix.
since Phoenix. You know what? I don't. Oh,
I'm
I
going
don't-
Jets.
I'll just go Jets. I'll go Jets.
You know, I wish I knew who the backup was because sometimes they can turn around and have a great surprising game and they're at home. But yeah, and I'm gonna go probably with the Jets on that one too.
Ryan Fitzpatrick. It looks like might
no,
start.
I changed my pick. I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
Oh.
He's got something to prove.
Let me just tell
And
you
it's
this.
home.
Never. Jenny, this is why you're a great addition. Totally switching picks. Going with Ryan Fitzpatrick. He'll have a chip on his shoulder for the Jets
Yes,
letting him
huge
go.
chip.
He's
Huge
got a
chip.
fantastic
Are you switching too?
mustache. I'm going with the Tampa Bay.
And it's home. Home is a big thing.
Yeah, and
Home is a big thing.
Yeah, and also the Jets suck. No offense, because I love New York, but they stink. The once in a while they'll pull off a win, but I'm going with the Bucks on that one. Thank you, Carol, for telling us it's Ryan Fitzpatrick. All right, what's up next?
We've got Browns at
You
Lions.
just sounded. That's a tough one.
Lions.
I'm walking out if any of you pick Cleveland.
Lions. This is the week the Browns get the first win of the season against
You know what?
the Detroit
It
Lions.
actually wouldn't surprise me. They would take over the 0-16 or tie us with 0-16.
I'm going with the Lions.
Okay. How do we feel about Packers at Bears?
Ooh.
God, remember when these used to be good games? You know what I mean? Like the height of the. I don't really have a lot of confidence in the Bears, and I think I don't have confidence in the Packers either. But I'll go with the Packers. I'll go with the Packers. But that I don't. It's kind of sad. That's why like my feelings on the NFL are like nah, because you feel like all these superstars are gone. I'm going with the Packers.
Oh, that's a tough one.
I'm doing Packers too.
Yeah, you know what? I'll be cool and smoke cigarettes with you guys in the bathroom and go with the Packers.
Okay. What is that? Okay. Okay.
Vikings at Redskins, party people.
Vikings at Redskins. This is going to be a legitimately good game.
Yes.
It is.
You know, I would switch it out. That's to me, I'm going to go with the Redskins home field advantage. I think they're a little bit more of a consistent team, but the Vikings are hot.
Vikings have a great defense.
They have a really great defense. That being said, I'm going to pick the Skins.
Skins.
And I'm wishing for the Skins. So I'm picking the Skins.
All right. We're doing it, y'all. How about Texans at Rams?
Texans at Rams. This would be a great game if Watson was in and J.J. Watt was in and Houston had a full team. I'm on the Rams bandwagon here. I think the Rams will pull that off.
I agree.
Rams.
Yep.
It's Rams. They have to. They're my defense. I need this to happen.
This is why I hate fantasy football right there. You think you have a compatriot, and then they're not.
I'm no.
Carol just sent me this. When you Google famous athletes born on September 13th, I keep getting Tyler Perry.
You do share it with Tyler Perry. And ironically, Stella McCartney, the day comes back around.
Oh, my God. Full circle.
Look
Why
at
am I not
that.
getting any athletes?
And Fiona Apple.
I got one for you. You're going to love it.
Who?
Bernie Williams.
I knew that. I've said that on air before. I'm an idiot.
You're tired.
I have the greatest Yankee robe ever. It's for an extra large man. I don't wear it a lot, but it's got 50. It's a pinstripe robe with number 51 on the back. Bernie Williams, of course. My sweet Bernie.
And Niall Horan of One Direction.
Oh, I love me some boy bands.
I know you do.
You also have Daisuke Matsuzaka.
Oh, wow.
former Red
Look at
Sox
that.
pitcher.
Yeah.
You have professional
I'm
snowboarder
gonna
and a beauty, Jamie Anderson. She's a stunner.
Okay. I'll take Bernie.
Annie Duke, pro poker player.
Sure.
Michael
cool.
Johnson, track and field
Oh,
Olympian.
Michael Johnson. I'm taking Michael Johnson and Bernie, and I'm going to let go of the Boston reliever. All right, let's keep this moving. What do we got?
And Tyler Perry. We can just keep holding on to Tyler Perry.
Ray Charles.
Oh,
Ray
And
Charles.
Roald Dahl.
Oh, those are huge.
Those are great.
Those are big deals.
There's no Tom Brady, but
Hey, we'll take it where we can get
I'll
it
take
around
my
here.
sweet Bernie.
You've got Cowboys at Falcons. That's a
Well, in the spin the wheel if Elliott is playing, I mean, I haven't seen this,
God.
and that's why Jerry Jones was Goodell out the 6-game
Yeah.
suspension of
That's
Elliott.
ridiculous.
I don't know.
It really is.
Tom
Today-
Brady they couldn't even prove anything, and even if it would have been the guy, not Tom, and he serves 4 games,
Yeah.
and this guy beat someone up 16 times in 1 week.
So gross. He's the grossest. And the
I know when he
hearing
does
is
his
actually today.
Feed me. I want someone to tackle him and go,
Yeah, or just throw up on his face.
yeah, or that, or really throw.
Oh,
up.
I just, unless the Falcons have just been so disappointing. They lose big games. There's no consistency there. I mean, you have to give home field advantage is pretty huge in Atlanta. Listen, I'll say this: if Elliott plays, I think I'd pick the Cowboys. If he doesn't play, maybe I'd pick the Falcons.
Can you make those conditional picks?
Yes, you can.
That's how we roll.
All
So
right.
everybody's Cowboys, unless of course asterisk scroll down. We don't have.
Because I do
Ezekiel,
believe
right?
we're recording this on Thursday. I'm going to put it out tomorrow. Also, shout out to we'll do U.S. women's soccer is playing today.
Can you look it up? Have they ruled yet? It was supposed to be at 11.
Oh, hold on,
Carol!
Carol.
Sorry, she's just. It was a lot. Faith Hill and Tim sang together. She got excited. She was texting me the whole time.
She's back to the Capri, just literally doctoring up her Capri Sun
She loves a Capri Sun poncho.
That'll be my conditional pick.
Okay, all that. I put an asterisk next to all of us. So Cowboys across the board, unless of course Ezekiel Elliott's not playing. In the meantime, Dolphins at Panthers.
That he can play Sunday.
So it's Cowboys.
Are you
across the board.
kidding me?
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. What's
Wait,
that? No,
was that
that's
the current
October.
one? Yeah.
That's
no, I don't
October.
think so. That's why he's still saying Jerry Jones wants him out, right? Isn't that still why they're?
They're voting on it again today.
They're voting on it again today.
And voting whatever the hell they're doing. I don't know.
I know that all becomes weird.
We don't know. We don't know. All right, let's keep this moving.
Dolphins at who?
Dolphins at Panthers.
Panthers.
And is Cam in or is he questionable? I gotta look. He's out for the season.
Cam
Newton?
No, he's not.
Oh no, I'm
No.
sorry, I'm having a stroke. That's because
Wishful thinking.
yeah, that's
Can't
sorry.
stand Cam
It's
Newton.
Jameis Winston that I had to drop. It's a thing. Sorry, I was back to my own
No
fantasy
problem.
team again. Apologies.
I liked him, and now he's on
He's on the
chopping
bus.
block. Yeah, he's on the bus.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to begrudgingly pick the Panthers.
It's just my
Because
Christian
they're
McCaffrey
home.
that I love so much.
I like him.
Oh,
I
he's a
can't
dream.
stand Cam.
I love him. I wanted the Giants to get him so bad.
Yeah,
What
I
do you
have
got?
to do the Panthers because it's the Dolphins. I mean,
What else?
what'd you choose? Panthers.
Oh, Panthers. Yeah.
Okay, and then we've got that was it. That was my Monday night game.
Okay. I know we're Erin. What do we got for time? 1:05. Oh, crapola! All right,
We
here's
gotta scoot.
we got to scoot. Let's do this. There are a couple stories we did not get to, so just some quick shout outs. I wanted to do kind of like a super fun, heavy football one while we have Jenny. If you don't love football, it'll all balance out in the wash. And Monday we'll be back to a host of array because we've got the NHL, we've got hockey season starting. We've got a couple weeks into the NBA, and all of a sudden the Celtics are winning without Gordon, which is super fun. Also, I'm going deep with women's collegiate sports because this is the area where there's no women's, a lot of women's professional sports. So I'm going to go deep, and we're going to do some UCLA, USC. Collegiate. I just found out the UCLA women's soccer is playing San Diego State at home on Saturday for a soccer playoff. Am I going to make that game? I'm going to try.
Go Aztecs.
Go Aztecs. Go UCLA. Why can't I say UCLA? UCLA.
I actually went to that school though, so
All right. All right.
No,
If they win,
San
it'll be all
Diego.
right. It'll be all right. Another thing is this airs tomorrow, so it won't be informative for today, but it will be informative on November 12th. The U.S. Women's National Team, they have friendlies in Vancouver with Canada. There are going to be great games today, 7 o'clock, November 9th, while we're recording. And then Sunday, November 12th, is the second friendly. So if you're a women's soccer fan, this will be probably the last two friendlies of the year, I do believe. I'd have to fact check that. So I'm super pumped about that because you don't get a lot of, off years, non-Olympic World Cup years. They're doing more and more friendlies, which is just the most exciting thing ever. Another thing is a couple congratulations.
Big congratulations.
Elena Del Dunn, who I love so much, married her partner. It's all over ESPNW. Go to ESPNW.
It's actually
The
on our
photos-
Facebook page right now.
Trish just put it on her Facebook page.
And
Loved
it's stunning. Can I just tell you guys? Like, her dress changes, and I salute any woman that does 2 dress changes at their
the
wedding.
dress changes I
Wow.
love because I didn't love the dresses, but I love the dress changes.
Yes, their reception gowns. Boom. I'm like,
hot.
they're so stunning, both of them.
Both of them.
And the just love. I mean, it just was, the whole thing was beautiful, and it's covered on the Knot. And anybody that's done Hard Time on the Knot website, whether it's been a registry or it's great, it's beautiful. But they just did such a beautiful job in covering their wedding, and they're both just stunners, and they threw a gorgeous event. But the dress changes, and
Yeah.
I'm assuming in the one shot when you guys see it, and the story again's on our Sports Without Balls Facebook page, her mom. Did you see that shot with her mom?
I'm not sure if I saw the shot with her mom.
I'll pull it up and show it to
Okay.
you. I'm like, hello, apple tree, stunning, just gorgeous. Anyway, they're just apple tree. Just you can't even. And then another massive mega. I was texting Erin after it happened, and she was like, why are you calling me at this hour? But to Shailene Flanagan for being the first American since 1977.
Trish, that's our feel-good moment of the week.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, do you know that she has foster children?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we have to properly introduce it.
Sorry. You can you can cut me out. It's on the video. You
No.
guys, I got so excited.
What's the time code just for the podcast edit? 109.
So in the land of video, you guys get to see that sometimes I get so excited. I'm like a toddler with a pixie stick.
I didn't mean to squash your glory or your
Joy.
Your joy. It's just I was gonna wrap with the wedding and then present the feel good moment of the week, which we will all be presenting.
We had a lot of feel good this week, and if anybody
So many
noticed,
feel good.
nobody was back on a bus this week.
Oh, but they were.
Well,
We'll save it for Monday.
yes.
Listen, just the car going onto the bus. Another LeVar Ball child might be under house arrest in China.
China yet?
Just Leangelo.
They need their own. What did we say? They need the family bus.
Yeah, the balls need a bus. The Ball family needs a bus.
That's why we are officially called Sports Without Balls.
There you
Yes,
go.
yes, sports without
The
the
Ball
Ball
family.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Indeed.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted on the hot-breaking story of Leangelo trapped in China. Jesus Christ, that family's ridiculous.
Well, maybe Donnie can bring him home.
Yes.
Right?
Okay, I love that. Listen, right before the feel-good moment of the week, just a congratulations to Deladon getting married. Her partner is wonderful.
Beautiful.
Caroline,
You know what, though? I'm glad she get married. She's gorgeous. I'm glad she's gay. I'm glad she's on the team.
Yeah.
But if she'd have married the NBA star Delavadova and kept his name, she'd be Elena Deladon Delavadova, which would have been fun. Carry
that
on.
would have been amazing. I almost cheered for a straight couple. Just based on names.
Does he have a sister? Because that would be epic.
Oh my God, that's
okay.
amazing.
All right.
And-
Thank you, Jenny, for that nugget
welcome.
of happiness.
Say that one more time. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Elena Delavadova. Elena Deladon Delavadova.
Oh, that would have been good.
It just would have been so amazing,
an amazing
for that
hangman.
for the hangman, and also for
V? What the fuck? V?
going down the like for the sideline reporter. And Elena Deladon gets the ball. Elena Deladon. They'd have to be like just E gets the ball.
Big
E gets the ball.
Get it, girl.
Also, congratulations to Caroline Wozniacki for getting engaged to David Lee, formerly of the Golden State Warriors. It's a little bit of a journeyman. I always liked
He
him.
was in New York too, right?
He was a Knick for a while in the just in the heyday. But Wozniacki I have always liked, and even though she doesn't like Sharapova, my sweet, sweet, sweet Maria Sharapova, a little bit outspoken about that, but whatever, because she can't beat her. But anyway, Wozniacki had that kind of heartbreaking Rory McIlroy
Yeah, that's
story.
McIlroy. Yep.
Where the wedding invitations went out and he called off the engagement. It was such
right.
terrible heartbreak, so I was very happy for her. And also, I would be remiss if I didn't say this, and this is so heartbreakingly sad that we're going to put it in between love and the feel-good moment of the week. Roy Halladay passed away. I was so shocked and stunned and saddened. He was a Toronto Blue Jay and a Philadelphia Phillies, two teams I can't stand, and I loved him. And I loved watching him pitch. Hall of Famer. I remember in the 2009 series being like, I can't believe we have to face him twice because they played the Yankees. Just an absolute pleasure to watch. Talk about like master of complete game. Now, in these playoffs, people are like, oh, God, I hope we get through 5. We can only get through the starting pitcher through 5. He just would be complete game, complete game, complete game. One of the best to ever pitch.
Two Cy Young's like so far apart too.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he got in a roll and got a couple.
And I watched the report this morning. I don't know if you saw it, but the plane that he was actually flying was an ultralight plane, and basically it was touted as like a jet ski with wings.
Yeah.
So they are saying it was pilot error because he actually crashed in 4 feet of water.
Oh my God.
So, and somebody on a fishing boat, the sweet fisherman that got over to the boat right away, thinking, dear God, if there's obviously there's someone flying it, let's get to them. They have the video like 30 seconds before, and he was flying really erratically. So I think he was trying, and when you watch the company who made the plane, and forgive me for not remembering what it's called, but they show, the way you can land it almost like a hydroplane, right? So
you can land on water and land.
Land and ride
Yeah.
it like a jet ski. And so he's doing all these like kind of weird maneuvers that you're like, did he pass out behind the wheel? Like you're thinking that, but I think it was him really trying to bring it down and take off. And then of course the company released that there's 3 people that have died from this plane in 8 months, and the other one was the man that created the plane.
Designer of the plane. Yeah. It just, what's so sad is because your immediate reaction, because whether you love the athlete or not,
Yes.
doesn't matter as a human being. And I loved Roy Halladay. I think most people did. He was revered. Is you go, why was he flying a plane? Why is he flying? Why is he flying? Nothing good happens when you're not a pilot and you fly a plane. But then you read the story and he loved it more than anything.
It was his favorite
It was his favorite thing. And so you're like, of course, you want to do something you love. You're retired. It's just my first instinct is like, why? And then I also thought, please, someone call Nia and get Bill Burr never to fly a helicopter ever again.
Yeah, he tells a mean joke, not sure how he lands on top of a helipad. We love you, Bill Burr.
We love Bill Burr,
And we
I
love
don't
Nia.
want him to ever fly a helicopter or plane ever again.
Didn't you see La Bamba? Oh, wait, he wasn't flying.
Just how many examples John Denver, JFK Jr., like nothing good happens. Nothing good happens.
Corey Lytle.
Corey Lytle,
amazing.
Payne
Season.
Stewart,
Yeah.
even though he wasn't flying.
Yeah.
But just so terrible. Anyway, I guess it's 40 years old. I guess it's the silver lining is what an amazing career, amazing family. You pass away doing what you love, and also to everybody else, get up early and make the most out of every second of your life because you just don't know what's going to happen. And that is probably a really perfect segue into the feel-good moment of the week. Take it away, Trish, sir, because this is one of my all-time favorites for so many different reasons.
We are so. I mean, the goober level was DEF CON and congratulations to the amazing Shailene Flanagan for her win.
Yeah.
Her win at the New York City Marathon, the first female American since 1977. She has the last 10 years never won a major marathon. And this is what she does. She's an Olympian in the sport, right? This is her rodeo, people. She is an unbelievable human being. I mean, she really is. She has 2 foster children who are in track and field, which they're doll babies. And she's like, they actually care, that like this matters. And I was like, could you be more precious?
This year fostering teenagers.
And the first thing she said, of course, when she came across the finish line, she wanted a donut. I was like, we might be kin. Not that I would do 10 years of marathons, but I love it because I, for years, had followed her because I ran a bunch of marathons in 2013, followed her eating plan because she eats super, super, super clean.
And the
clearly.
book, right? Doesn't she have like a...
Yes, she has a book that she did with a nutritionist.
Eat well, run hard.
Eat
or
fast,
eat
run
often.
fast.
Yeah.
Eat fast, cook fast. Shut up. Run fast, cook fast. Eat slow.
Eat slow.
Yes. Okay.
And it's great. And if you ever want to pick up something, and you don't have to be a marathoner. Clearly, I'm not to follow it. But she's just such a class act, and it was just this nice, beautiful button on everything that is going on in this world at this time to see her win that race.
I just also, she was running the Boston Marathon when the bomb went off.
Yep.
And 4 or 5 days before the New York City Marathon, which I thought, God, are they going to pull the marathon? But after 9/11, that New York City Marathon was the greatest day of our lives. The horrible attack with the van, just the terrorist attack happened that week. And she, above all, was like, I want to do this for New York. I want to do this for the U.S. Like, it means, like, crying, sobbing. The fact that she can be so eloquent and put herself, I mean, obviously you are our premier athlete. Your goal is to win a marathon. You not only win the marathon, then you put yourself and you go, I wanted to do it for everybody else. And I can't get enough of this woman. She is like beyond a role model. And also, New York City marathons are always super special because my twin sister ran 4 or 5 New York City marathons. And it's a day where the city is out. I'm telling you, there is not a mile in that race, and it spans over every single borough except for Staten Island. It goes into Queens, it goes into Brooklyn, you're in Manhattan, you're in the Bronx. People, you almost in some sections can't even get close to, people are high-fiving, people are in costume. It's one of the greatest days in New York City. And then after the tragedy, the first U.S. and also women, just the spirit. I mean, look what happened on the election on Tuesday. I mean, women are kicking ass.
So good.
So
I was
good.
trying-
Revenge of the Suburbs.
I sent to Erin because I was so freaked out. As soon as it happened, I instantly send it to her on social media. But Erin does not answer the DMs, you guys. So
I don't even know I have them.
she didn't. Yeah. So then I had to text her and say, check your DMs. And she's like, are you watching me through a window? And I'm like, no, it's on your Instagram. So anyway, I'd sent her. I said, oh my God, did you see Shailene's time? And she was like, what happened? I said, basically, she finished the New York Marathon. Y'all wrap your brain around this. She finished it in 2 hours, 26 minutes, and 53 seconds. That is just under a 6-minute mile.
5 point, yeah.
It's 5.61. Yeah.
5.6. That's I couldn't
I mean,
run 1 mile in 5.6.
No.
I couldn't do it in 10.
My whole
11.2.
My body would split in half.
My brother's a Navy SEAL, and he runs a 6:23, and he can only do 3 of them at 6:23.
I run
He said,
like
unless there's a gun, then maybe 5. But I was like, think about that. That's gun to
unbelievable.
your head.
You know what's
Running.
weird though is we are in such a weird place in our society with all the violence and everything. Her comment about I was just hoping they didn't catch me. My first thought when she said it wasn't that they would catch her running. It was like, catch her? What'd she do? What happened? There's like some sort of criminal element involved in the race. And I'm like, oh no. Catch her on the track.
My motivation was I robbed a bank right before I started the New York City Marathon, and I was running for my life, literally, and my freedom. That's the only way I could complete something.
Well, when I did the math and I sent her the time, and I because I was like, I'm not a math genius. When I saw 2 hours and 26, I'm like, that feels fast. So then I decided to break it down. And if y'all don't know, a marathon is 26.2 miles. So after doing the numbers, and I saw that it was 5.61, just under 6 miles a minute, I went. That's where my head went. I know what my brother runs to be the 1% of the 1% that saves the world. This woman just saved the world. Like she ran like someone was literally chasing her life.
While you were crunching numbers, I texted Gal Gadot, and she said her highest marathon is 6.38. So she beat Wonder Woman.
She beat Wonder Woman.
She beat Wonder Woman. She is actually
Woman.
She is Wonder Woman. She is a modern day Wonder
We
Woman.
salute you. You guys, I put this article.
So feel good. So
on
feel
there.
good.
And Sheila's brother ran the marathon this year too. And
No
he
way!
finished he finished in just under 5 hours.
That's
God, that's amazing.
fantastic.
Just to
complete it.
We saw because you can watch it online now. So we watched him cross the finish line. It was so cool.
So
And
awesome.
to give
you
you
can track him.
I don't know if you saw the little funny thing that happened because Kevin Hart, comedian Kevin Hart, who is a great comic father, great dude, he ran it this year.
He did?
Yes, he did.
Wow.
And so did a man named Kevin Hart from Hollywood, Florida.
No.
So a bunch of people were online thinking they were tracking Kevin Hart.
Oh my God,
When
that's
in
amazing.
fact, and he was like 51, running. It was his birthday, and
So awesome.
yes, and so congratulations to both Kevin Harts for winning the race.
Every
finishing
single
the race.
person
Hey, if you finish,
to
you win.
start and to
Right?
finish
You
the New York
finish,
City
you win.
Marathon
But I thought
is
that was
also part of
hilarious.
our Feel Good Moment of the Week.
you
Everybody
go.
that competed
Yes,
in
for
the New
being
York
an
City
athlete.
Marathon. It's amazing. It's amazing. That is our show. We ran a little long. I apologize. I don't apologize.
Still
I
didn't
could do it
get
for
you
5
to love
hours.
football, but we'll be back.
You know what? You made listen. In all fairness, when you're doing this on some downtime, you still love football.
Yes, I will be taking a picture.
But Jenny, thank you so much for coming on the show.
My
per
pleasure.
usual.
Anytime, ladies.
Come back.
Loved having
Where
you.
can people find you? And we'll link all this into the episode.
Jennie McNulty, JenNie McNulty. .com. On Twitter, it's Jennie McNulty. Instagram, it's McNulty.Jenny.
Oh, way to switch it up.
Facebook, it was not my choice. But some accountant in Bismarck took it. I don't know.
Oh, God. And we wish him evil. We'll link all of that stuff. But go see Jennie McNulty perform. You're hilarious.
Or my podcast, too, if I may throw a
yes.
to myself, is Walking Funny. I'm doing the Walking Funnies again.
yes.
So we got to get you ladies
Yes.
on.
Oh, yes.
I have a comedian, but I also have a degree in exercise science. I'm trying to get people exercising. So what I'm doing is I'm interviewing people. Instead of this lovely setting, I take a walk with them and I encourage the viewer, download it, walk along with us. So we encourage them along the way.
That's awesome.
Love that.
So check out Walking Funny, and that's all on my page and stuff, too.
And you will send me that, and we will
Yes.
link
Yes.
all of that.
Yes.
That is absolutely fantastic. I'm sorry we didn't even get to talk more about that.
It's
You'll
quite
have to
all right.
Come back. Yeah.
Definitely.
and then
I'll
we'll
bring my
do
box of
that,
cards.
and you'll. Do, I love it so much.
We didn't even get to the box of cards. You guys, you have to come back for the box of cards
Yeah.
solely alone, Jenny.
We'll come back towards the end of the season.
Super
We'll do
Bowl.
more.
There we go.
Where we'll do more football, the box of cards, and all good things. Trish, we sort of know where to find you.
Oh, yeah. Go to trishsuhr.com, and I'll be doing that. Doing TV crap right now. Y'all, when you feel like you're just in a weird box and can't tell anybody what you're doing, I'm being held in protective custody. Tell them.
Yes, she's got all kinds of exciting projects.
Yay.
And ErinKFoley.com. I'm in LA most of
we've
the
seen
rest
your
of
calendar.
the year.
We know.
Oh, yeah. Got a wide open calendar. I'll be in Phoenix or Glendale, Arizona, the 14th through the 17th. I'll post those dates. Next week we'll be back, and then we'll be off Thanksgiving week because I'm going to be shipped out to Florida, hanging out with Mary and Dick. But I think that is it. Do we miss anything? Any final words? We'll be cheering for the Lions.
Thank you. The Patriots. I said it.
We'll
It's
be
okay.
cheering for you as a human. Erin will be cheering for the St. Louis Cardinals in the offseason. Sports without balls. Fans, friends, family, have the best week of your life. God, that flew by. You guys are all